Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Starmourn. In today's episode we are going to be talking about hacking. Hacking is one of my favorite parts of the game. As you can tell from Reagan's hacking, maxed hacking, and that takes a long time to do, but it's very rewarding. It's also really nice if you want to explore the entire sector. There's a lot of places that are behind doors that you can only get through if you've hacked them. So, with no further ado, let's get started. So, the first thing with hacking is install slicer tools. The description for, or the in the description of the video, there's going to be a link to the Starmourn Discord. Head over to Nexus Script Library and install Slicer Tools. Slicer Tools is a full suite for hacking, which I did back in 2019, and it adds a whole bunch of stuff, utility things for hacking. One of them is you can do SLT display all, and it lists all of the terminals that you've come across. This is really nice. You can walk between all said terminals. Let's get out of here. Okay. You can walk between all the terminals, and yeah. So if you're like grinding hacking, it's easy to just go to all of the different terminals that still have cooldown. You can also SLT, and I'll show you all of the different stuff that you have. Now, let's begin by looking at A/B hacking. So when you start out, you're going to start with infect, and infect is how you are going to kill things. And the first few terminals, until you get some more skills, are going to be painful. Unlike other skills, where it gets easier, where it gets sort of harder as you go further. For instance, if you're hunting, it gets harder as you go on. There's more mobs, more aggressive mobs, more mobs to interrupt, etc. Hacking actually gets easier as you do it more, and as you unlock more stuff. Yes, the terminals get harder, but you have more stuff to deal with the challenges that it throws at you. So they just generally take longer to hack. So infect is just going to be your generalized damage ability, I guess. Hacking resembles a lot like hunting, in that there are ice on the grid, and the goal is to kill ice, get hints of the password, and then find the processor and unlock using the password that you found. Slicer tools will help you but in a number of ways. First of all, like the Nexus Basher does for hunting, Slicer tools will automatically fight. It doesn't automatically read whether or not you have, for instance, Overwrite, so you'll have to use SLT set. SLT set use Overwrite false if you do not have Overwrite yet. You'll also get a whole bunch of stuff. So grid scan, for instance, is very useful. I use it all the time. It'll tell you how many rooms you are from the processing array. So this you use to orient. Are you going the right way, or are you going the wrong way? Slicer tools will color that output red or green or yellow, depending on whether you're moving further away, closer, or are the same distance as the last time you grid scanned. Now another thing you have here is jam. This is honestly, I don't use it very much, but it stops scanners from being heard, and we'll talk about scanners in a second. Next one is ping. Ping is like glance, for instance. If you know glance northwest, it just shows you what the room next door looks like. Ping is that. Very useful. I use ping all the time, literally all the time. Decoy. Decoy is really nice. It drops down, and all of the ice will attack the decoy instead of you. This is really good for dealing with large stacks and generally conserving your health or your ops while you're dealing with a larger number of enemies than you can necessarily handle. Lure is a bit of an interesting ability. It basically lures one ice after another every time it goes. I don't use it all that much because I just try to avoid situations where there are multiple ice in the same room. But some people I think use it quite a bit. Slice. Slice your way out of the room, avoiding firewalls and other forms of detection. Up to 2 directions can be specified. This is very useful. You can, for instance, slice north-north to bypass a room. So if you ping a room and there's too much action in that room, then you can just slice right by it. Hopefully you don't also walk into another trap on the other side of that slice because you won't be able to ping, but that's okay. You can also slice through firewalls. If the room, you can also slice through honeypots. If you have a honeypot in your room that you're in, then you can't slice through it. But if there's a honeypot in the room adjacent to you, I'm just going to turn off my Discord 1 second. It's distracting. If there's a room in, yeah, you get the point. Next one is Overwrite. Overwrite is another damage ability. So before you get Overwrite, you're just going to be using Infect, and Overwrite just does more damage. It's on a cooldown, and it's yeah, it just looks a little bit different. Backdoor. This allows you to store a room, and then you can traverse back to said room using Tunnel. You get these abilities at the same time, and this is useful if, for instance, you find the processor, but you still have to go away and find more guesses at what the password is. You can backdoor the processor and then go off and find more letters and then tunnel back to the processor. Now, there's this category in hacking called ops. These are different activities that you can engage in with hacking. So the first one is hacking surveillance. Basically, factions have surveillance systems, and these surveillance systems allow them to detect infiltrations, for instance, hacks that are happening in rooms that are being surveilled, or whether combat is happening in said rooms, or, yeah, I think that's it. But basically, people will be alerted on faction chat if something unsavory is occurring, and surveillance lets you visit the surveillance center of a faction and hack their surveillance system so that it shuts down entirely. This is often most used. We're going to hack the CAC. The CAC, we haven't talked about it in this series yet, but it's basically a factional daily bonus mission system. And you do some tasks for the CAC, and your whole faction benefits from said things. You get more experience, more hacking experience, more captaincy experience, more stats, more so on and so forth. Can't remember the other ones at the moment. The other thing you do, contracts. Contracts let you deal with Fray, which is a seedy organization involved in getting pay data from various organizations around the sector. And this is a really fun system involving rewards. You can get different rewards. Some of these are very dear to my heart, such as anonymity, which allows me to bypass guards. You can also use overrides to instantly succeed in hacks, which can be very useful, especially if you're hacking a CAC. You can grab Master Override and instantly finish that hack so that nobody has any time to react. And if you have patience, you can farm up 5,000 Fray credits. I haven't done this yet. It's a hell of a lot of hacking. And you get impersonation, which allows you to impersonate somebody else. So when they type QW, they will think it is you. There are also some vanity items, a shadow wing, some cool hoverboards, and a really dapper briefcase, I guess. You can also get hacking experience chips, and you can also convert it directly to marks. So contracts are really fun. One of my favorite parts about hacking. The next one, I don't use this very much. Hack terminal faction comms. This lets you hack into the factional communication channel of opposing factions when you're on their territory, and it lets you tune into their faction chat. I find it a little unnecessary. most of the time, actually all the time, but it can be fun for RP. Embezzling. This is the final thing that you can do in hacking, and this is hack terminal embezzle. And when you complete the hack, then actually we're gonna embezzle during this video. And let's go to, yes, I am gonna hack from my own. I am gonna hack from my own faction. That's just the kind of guy I am. Let's hack this one. So we're gonna go hack. I think the shortcut in Slicer Tools is HTE for hack terminal embezzle. And so once we're in, we are going to be killing ice as fast as we can and trying to get the password. So we start in, so HTE, we enter the Comosphere and we enter this room. And now you can see there's a grid here. The grid is unexplored. We're going to have to explore it in order to figure out where we are, where we're going, where the processor is, and so on and so forth. Now, the enemies are quite strong because this is an embezzle hack, so it's quite a high level of hacking that we're doing right now, but that's okay. So I just ping north, ping west, just get my bearings. I'm 11 rooms away from the processor, it says grid scan, so let's go west and let's kill this firewall. Slicer Tools is hacking everything for me, or killing everything, that is. Am I going the right way? Just quickly ping south just to see if there's a juicy room. There isn't. Okay, we're going to go back this way. Now we should be going the correct direction. We're not going to waste anything on grid scan now, because everything you do costs ops, and ops is your health. So you want to do as few actions as possible. I like pinging because it can save you a lot of ops. For instance, I knew that I shouldn't go south there because I pinged already. I knew I don't go. I know not to go north here because I pinged north, so that can save you some ops, and it also prevents you from going into really nasty rooms, because there are rooms you simply cannot fight if there's a large stack of antiviruses and so on and so forth. So this is looking like a weird word. So SLT, Slicer Tools, lets you type pass, and this is going to give you 4 results. It's going to search against a dictionary of words and try to figure out what this is. Turns out there's 4 options, but we should be able to find the grid scan says we're 5 away, so let's kill this self-rep. I haven't talked a lot about the different types of ice. Basically, there's antiviruses, which are the sort of main enemy. There's self-replicating antiviruses. They produce extra antiviruses. There's firewalls, which prevent movement unless you're using slice. There's glitches, which I'm hitting now, which if you don't kill the glitch, then when you kill something else in the room, another antivirus, for instance, not honeypots or firewalls, the glitch will transform into said ice. So you need to kill glitches before any antiviruses. So we're almost done. Cosmology, it looks like, yes. Now, this password guesser isn't always accurate. There are indeed words in the dictionary in the game that are not in the dictionary, and there are also words from the game itself, which obviously are not in the dictionary. So we successfully hacked, though. Congratulations, you have successfully hacked the grid. Basically, the password, because there was only one result for the password here, and one result for current password hint cosmology, it loads into SLT, and when we hit the processor, it automatically unlock cosmology. So we got to the process array and we unlocked. So let's quickly take money, embezzle, terminal. Where's do-gooder? Frizo-Fen. They have to take money from Frizo-Fen. Good job. Frizo-Fen takes people from the subnet homeless people and drug addicts and stuff, and brings them into a homeless shelter and gives you a quest to do that. And that's counterproductive to having a society that values the tenets of old before the Celestine Revolution. So we're going to steal money from Frizofen to make his life harder. Anyway, that's hacking in a nutshell. A note with embezzling, there is a chance that a bounty will be placed on you. The NPC will detect the hack, and it will cause a bounty to be put on your head from an NPC. So if you, and that means a bounty hunter, another player, will accept said bounty and come and kill you. So if you don't like that idea of being hunted, then don't embezzle. If, however, you do like the idea of being a most wanted hacker, then by all means. It's I don't know. I'm a bounty hunter as well, so we generally don't like this that much. It's not that much fun to just go and kill people who are non-combatants. It's just not fun. So I mean, if you're being an embezzler and you just kind of hate the fact that you're getting killed by these bounty hunters, the bounty hunters aren't exactly thrilled about it either, honestly. I think the system could use some touch-ups to make it a little more friendly. That said, you should know before going in that you're going to get hunted down and killed after a while of doing embezzles, so get used to it if that's what you want to do. Also, it's easy to run away. You can run away. And with a little bit of combat training, you can run away from pretty much any type of engagement. Yeah, that's it. That's all. That's hacking. I hope this was informative. This will be nice. I'm just gonna just quickly do a rundown of the different ice. Just so this is absolutely clear, you can do SLT ice, and it shows you the priority in which SLT will hit said ice. And you can change these priorities if you'd rather hit something else first. So using SLT ice prio ice value. So the lowest priority or the lowest value is going to get hit first. So here scanners are always getting hit first. Scanners call in ice from adjacent rooms, and indeed multiple adjacent rooms. From multiple rooms away. So not exactly what you want to have around. There's glitches as well, and mobile glitches that move around theoretically, and those need to be hit next. After that, polymorphic antiviruses. I don't think these even work anymore. They will hit you. They're supposed to transform into different types of ice, but I don't know if they're actually doing that at the moment. And there's self-replicating antiviruses. We talked about those. They spawn antiviruses. They have lower health, the ones that they spawn, but still, if you enter a room with multiple self-replicating antiviruses, it can be very devastating, especially if there is a honeypot there, and a honeypot will prevent you, by all means, from leaving said room. So try to avoid rooms with honeypots with lots of ice in it, unless you're ready for a big fight, and maybe drop a decoy. Mobile firewalls and firewalls. I don't know if mobile firewalls actually move around, but they're supposed to. And firewalls, yeah, we talked about them. They prevent movement in the direction that they're at. So there will be a firewall towards the west. That means you have to kill the firewall before moving west, or you have to slice through it. They're generally not a huge threat, and they just are free password hints. So if you see a room with a bunch of firewalls and honeypots and no ice, then cha-ching. That is all. That is hacking. It's a beautiful system. I really enjoy it. Contracts, a lot of fun. And again, if you want to at all climb rankings exploration, I'm number 3 here, but that could be. There are some rooms I'm missing. I don't think I can ever make it number 1, unfortunately. In order to get anywhere high ranked in exploration, you need hacking, because there are so many rooms that are only behind terminals, and there's I know of like one quest that's behind a terminal. There's also some other fun things behind, occasionally behind terminals. A lot of the time, there's not too much behind them, unless you're doing, of course, a contract. That is all. That's it. That's hacking for you. I guess we'll do space next. We'll probably do space next, and I'll keep doing some PvP videos when I get the chance to do some PvP. That's all. Take care.